So one of the many things I love about my friend Luana, who's here joining us today, is she is so thoughtful that she gets to bring me little gifts. So today she brought me a Poppy, so a prebiotic soda. I mean, I've never tried this. I've always wanted to try it, and I'm happy that you did. And tell me how you got involved in Poppy.
How I started drinking Poppy? I don't know, girl. I like Whole Foods. It had a pretty can, and I'm a fellow marketing girly. I'm like, if it looks cute, I might as well give it a shot.
So it's the colors that got you?
Yeah, girl, the colors that got my eye.
We got strawberry lemon. Let me take a sip.
Okay.
My first reaction.
Test. I can't wait.
It tastes pretty good.
It's good.
I like it. You know what it is that's missing? Because I'm a soda lover.
Okay.
Is the carbonation.
What? You really think so? Sometimes it does a lot to me. Hold on. Let me open mine. So this
has 4 grams of sugar.
Ooh. ASMR. Hire me, puppy. Not sponsored.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. I see what you mean. It is lacking a little bit of carbonation, but honestly, it's pretty good for you. It has prebiotics. What the hell? Healthy enough.
I like it. You know what? And regardless, she brought us the Poppy, and she brought us these chips that I told her a while back that she had in her office, and I said, you know, me and Luana are good. That's my Lulu girl, and she'll share her snacks with me.
I'm a thoughtful ass bitch.
She is, and she left these bags on her desk, and there was this one day that I saw it, and I said, I need a snack. And then I saw it was salty, and I tried it, and it was so yummy. It was, what's the bag called? Because you did bring it.
It's the Siete Chili Lime Puffs. They're grain-free, gluten-free.
Made with lentils.
Made with lentils, baby.
So, I love it. Do you feel like, because you're so good at finding these random things, because I feel like that's very random.
It is super random.
Do you feel like you have these random things that you want to bring into your like hosting events, because you are the queen of hosting?
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. Typically that's how that happens. I have a really strange palate. So sometimes it doesn't work out in my favor. Like we had Jonathan's birthday party. Was about 2 weeks ago.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh my gosh, he turned 30. He's an old man. But we had tapenade. You know what tapenade is, right?
No.
It's like mashed up olives and like dill. It's like a little dip, but like made of olives. And
I could be wrong, but that sounds very like old age Roman time.
Ish. I think it's Greek.
Is it? Okay, sorry guys.
Something like that. Besides the point, I freaking love it. Obsessed with it.
You made it?
No, I bought it from Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Besides the fact, besides the point, I love it. And it wasn't a birthday party favorite. That, and there's another at Sam's. They sell like a big ass tub of a dill pickle like yogurt dip. Okay. Oh no, it's fried pickle dip is what they call it. And I love it so much.
Do you love pickles?
I love pickles.
Okay, so that's why it's a winner for you.
Anything like that has acidity in it, like I'm a fan. And it did not do well at the party. And I actually bought it in 3 different occasions, and like by the 3rd time I bought it, my best friend Gami, she comes up to me and she's like, I don't know why you keep buying this shit. Like it's terrible, and
she doesn't like it. Oh no.
No one likes it. I'm the only one that likes it. So
maybe you still win
this one
because you get to have it all for yourself.
That's true, but I also don't need like an industrial Sam's size tub of fried pickle dip. But you know what? I like it.
You know, don't knock it till you try it. Have you ever had like fried, not fried, actually, is it fried? No, it's not fried. Pickled pineapple?
No.
I had that in New York one time, and it was and I love pickles too, guys. So
yeah,
these are for the pickle lovers. Non-pickle lovers, sidebar for a second. But in New York, they had this store. It was like random pickled things.
No.
And one of the stuff was the pickled I have no, and it was, one of it was pickled pineapple, and we went with Tony and a few of our friends, and it was, I don't know, I just thought to myself, like, a mixture of sweet and salt, sure, why not? And then it was actually really, really good.
I feel like it would be. I've seen, like, on TikTok, like, pickled watermelon rinds. And I've always been so curious to try it.
Try it.
Like, on the same, I guess, topic of weird foods to eat. I have had a fried butter at a fair. Literally cholesterol, like, mania. But it was delicious. They put, like, cinnamon sugar in it. Fried butter. They put, like, cinnamon sugar. It's like a butter cinnamon sugar mixture, and then they fry it.
That sounds really weird.
It was delicious.
Was that here in Florida?
It was here in Florida. In Plant City, Florida. It was right here.
And then, so when you bring all these things then for your hosting events, do you feel like, as a great hostess that you are, even though I haven't been there, but I know one of these days I will go, but I see
very soon.
You have a community out there, and again, you look like you know how to handle all that stuff well.
I'm a mother.
We'll see if that changes for me. I get a lot of anxiety when I host.
Oh, don't get me started.
So what do you go through?
Don't get me started.
Go ahead.
My poor husband, bless his heart, I am a demon. Literally, when like, you're hosting Hostazilla. Yes, like the whole morning prior to the event, like, I feel so bad for him because sometimes, like, I don't even know what I need. So he's like, what do you need? How can I help you? And I'm like, I just literally need you to walk next to me till I freaking figure out what it is that I need you to help me with.
Because it'll go as I'm walking around. Yeah, and maybe exactly. a light bulb will come up and then you'll help me out there.
And I'm so bad that, like, at times I have, like, my list of priorities in my head.
Right.
But, like, my list of priorities isn't the same as his list of priorities. So if he does something that's low on my priority list, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be doing... Like, why would you do that now? And he's like, you literally need to relax.
You need to maybe step away from that for a second.
I guess you need to start drinking at, like, 11 in the morning so you, like, sedate yourself because my anxiety levels are terrible.
But you do such a great job.
Thank you so much. We do often have lots of people over. Like, our parties are, I don't know, fortunately, well, I'm not going to say unfortunately, fortunately, we have such a big community here in Orlando. My mom's here. His mom is here.
You have your daughter,
uncle,
Andy.
my grandma, my daughter, my friends that we've been, you know, into high school through college with, they all live here. Like, no one's really moved away. So, like, our parties are minimum 40 people.
Yeah, I remember there was a time Luana was telling me that you were planning Andy's birthday, I believe, and then...
Her freaking quinceañera. I'm like... I can't. She was turning 3.
Yeah, and I'm just walking in on you know, my shift is starting and Luana's heading out, and I just see Luana on her desk, hands on her face, just looking down. I'm like, what happened? And then she's like, I'm planning Andy's birthday party, and I'm literally stressing out. And I said, no.
Insane. And then
and the pictures came out so cute.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you liked them. It was Mamma Mia themed.
It was.
So she was turning 3. And we decided to name the theme Chiquitita.
That's so cute.
Which I thought, I was like, I'm so fucking clever. Like,
she gets the brownie points for the creativity.
No, and do you know, oh my gosh, this girl that was in Pretty Little Liars, that do you know Baze?
I don't remember their names, but I remember how they look.
Oh my gosh, the girl that owns Baze, that's going to bother me. Hold on, I have to look this up. Oh my God, I think it's Shay Mitchell.
Okay, so I know Shay Mitchell.
Shay Mitchell from Pretty Little Liars. She's in Pretty Little Liars, right? She is. Okay, so Shay Mitchell, a year... I think this was... My daughter turned 3 in 2023. So in around 2024 at some point, I see that she posts her daughter's birthday and it's Mamma Mia themed.
Oh,
and like her cake... And she's also little. Like her daughter's like 5'6". The cake was the same exact cake that Andy had.
Oh, that's cute.
And I'm like, I'm literally a trendsetter. I have no idea how Shay Mitchell got a hold of my Pinterest board, but like, you're welcome, girl.
There
if
you're
hearing this.
You got it from someone in Orlando.
I'm like, insane. So yeah, it is, to answer your question, it is very stressful, but I'm very thankful that I can, you know, host as many people as I can.
Have you noticed any pet peeves when you're hosting?
Pet peeves when I'm hosting.
Yeah, for example, for mine, when I have family and friends coming, well, not friends, it's more so family. So I'm so sorry, family, when you come over. I do get like this.
Yeah.
So we have a dog, and it's a big dog. It's a pit bull mix, and we have a townhouse. It's not a lot of space, but it works for me and Tony, right? It's just us two. And when my family comes, sometimes it's not just one or two people. It's a total of like 5, you know, in a tight space. And with my dog being super excited walking around, I'm very overly cautious of his paws because I know we do not really like to have like shoes in the house. So everyone's without shoes, either with socks or barefoot. And then Odin would go ahead and stomp around and then get on their feet. And then if they make a slight reaction like, ow, or Odin, or if they just show a sign of negativity to my dog.
In their house?
In my house.
In the dog's house. Like,
I get so upset to the point that I look at them and I say, what's your problem? You know, it's a big dog. Do you not know what it's like to get stepped on?
Right.
But in reality, they did get her. I know I have a big boy.
I get it. Oh my gosh, no. For my dogs, I think it's a pet peeve. Honestly, I'm good to host because I don't care.
Oh, you
what,
don't?
Like, people do.
That's good.
I guess the only thing that like bothers me, and this is more on, sorry honey, I'm gonna blame this one on you. It's more on Jonathan. If I try and make people come inside after midnight because I try and be mindful of our neighbors. Because they're all like oldies and you know, us Latinos, we can keep going till 5, 6, and 7 in the morning con la música a todo volumen, party this, that, and the other. I don't live in a neighborhood where that is seen or heard every weekend. So I try and make everyone like come inside, and Jonathan will sometimes like open the door and like just stay outside entertaining people outside. And I'm like, no, Jonathan, bring them inside. That's honestly it. Other than that, I have 2 things that I also like have a lot of anxiety over. But it's more like personal. Like I'm not good at cleaning and picking up while I'm hosting people. Like, if I'm hosting, I'm having a good time too. I'm not in my kitchen cleaning, and that creates like a disaster. Like my house gets disastrous because I'm not picking up as I'm like hanging out. Like that's one thing that I do value. Like if I'm having a party, I'm freaking enjoying it. Like,
you see, I need to learn that because when I have people over and there's a glass or 2 out and it's empty and it's not in the sink, cleaning? I start cleaning, or I start grabbing things and then I start putting it away because again, maybe a tight space. You have more space, but you have a lot of people at your house.
Yeah, no, like it's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah. Like I need to get better at like cleaning. Thankfully, the times that I do have people over, I have my grandma and my mom,
and they help out.
No, like they can't help it.
It's in our Hispanic DNA.
DNA, Dios mío. Like the second that they see someone freaking leave a cup, they empty it out. The person comes back, where'd my drink go? Sorry, I thought it didn't have a no. Like,
I think that's my future.
Yeah, girl.
I will be your mom and your grandma.
I hope I turn into them one day too, because if not, Andy's shit out of luck. Like, I'm sorry, girlfriend. Like, I'm enjoying yo potty.
No,
like,
seriously. I feel, you know, that's why we love our moms and our grandmas. They're there for us while we have a good time.
And isn't it so crazy that, like, growing up, we think that everything was just, like, clean and tidy magically?
No,
and then you become an adult, and you're like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah, or maybe I shouldn't say it was the women that was cleaning up. I'm sure there are some men there that would maybe help a hand or 2.
Shout out the men.
Let's go ahead and change the statistics.
Allies.
And then do you feel with hosting then, or even not with hosting, because you say that you don't clean as you're hosting, or you stay, you're very much in the present, like creating those memories. Do you feel like that has helped you more and more in life as you get older, or because you are a mom, like you want to go ahead and stay more grounded into what's happening around you?
That's a great question. I would say I value happiness a lot, you know, and I value listening to my body.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little too much. Like if I want a cheeseburger 3 times a week, I have 0 willpower. But yeah, I think
have the cheeseburgers that you want. I know. Have them with your like, pickles.
There has to be a balance, and sometimes I don't have a balance. But I do that intentionally. I value that intentionality. I try and be as present as possible. You know, as we juggle our day-to-day, our jobs, our hobbies, our families, our friends, I want to make sure that I'm as present as possible.
Yeah.
Because I'll try my best to make time for everything, you know? So I want to make sure that if I'm at work, I'm doing the best that I can at work. If I am doing something that I love, like I want to make sure that I'm, you know, present doing that, enjoying
right,
that
you're
time.
Investing your time into that. And if it's taking you away from your family, you want to make sure whatever it is that you're doing, you're giving your 110% into.
Hell yeah. I'm giving 110% into that massage. Like, I'm sleeping.
She said the massage.
100. Hello?
I'm over here thinking that it's an activity, and you said 110%
I'm giving
into that massage.
Into that massage. I'm giving 110% into that nail salon. Like, into getting my nails done.
That's your you time.
Yeah.
That's so hilarious. The massage threw me completely to the other side. Because it's true, we do need to work on that more. And I feel like a lot of women who are very much like yourself that are so good at having multiple hats. Luana has a background in marketing, and so for example, the Mujeres in marketing, right?
Yes.
That's a nonprofit organization that she invests her time into, and she's with other women. And this is really just a community of women helping other women.
That's right.
And this is also still time outside of work, time outside of your house, and away from anything else that you need to do. So with you wearing these multiple hats, how has it benefited you to do all these things and stay consistent?
I don't know. Honestly, a good support system has been key. My husband, Jonathan, is an absolute angel and picks up the slack at home when I'm, not able to give my all at home. So, like, let's say days like today, I do a work day and then I have to record a podcast. I run home, I eat a meal. He didn't cook today, but he did buy me dinner. He bought me a salad.
He still thought of you.
Exactly. He'll get me a salad. He'll make sure that, like, Andy's bathed in pajamas. So all I have to do when I get home is put her to bed.
Gotcha.
Things like that. So having a good support system, for sure. And I think back to what we were talking about, being really present in what you're doing at that moment has really helped me. I also make sure that my weekends are just like my Andy time, like my daughter, my husband time. I try and, keep them as open as possible because I know that Monday through Friday, your girl's got a lot going on.
Yeah. I see you going through
and
it too.
I do my best to take my daughter to school every morning and give her a bath at night and put her to bed. But sometimes that's not,
always
possible.
the case because life also happens.
Exactly. So overall, a really good support system and being present and being intentional with your time.
With the Mujeres in marketing, how did you come across it?
So I came across Mujeres in marketing out of, I don't want to say pure coincidence because, like I mentioned, I try my best to be as intentional as possible with the things that I do. So I was at a networking event where I met a now really good friend, Nicole Perez, who's the regional director for Alpha, which is the Association of Latino Professionals for America. We coincided, we had a great conversation, and she's like, hey, there's a launch party tomorrow for this marketing nonprofit. I'm not in marketing, but I would love for you to come with me. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, we had such a great day, the night before.
And this is an organization that even if you don't have a marketing background, you're allowed to come to.
100,000%.
This is in Orlando, by the way.
So this is in Orlando. And I actually, again, stumbled upon it, not even knowing what it was. I was like, yeah, a launch party for a marketing nonprofit. Like, I'm there. And I walked in. And it was in such a vibey spot. The music was great. There was drinks, people talking, cool girls. Like, honestly, like the trendy girls, you like walk in and you're like, oh, that girl's young. Oh, that girl's cool. And we sit down and the board starts introducing itself. And I see that the founder is someone who looks like me, entre comillas. She's a 20-something-year-old Latina woman looking for community. And I said, period. How do I get involved? Sign me up. We started off the conversation and I was like, whatever you need, you just let me know. Okay. A couple of months go by and the vice president at the time reaches out to me and she's like, hey, we're looking for a communications lead if you want to go ahead and spearhead that. And I said, yep, sign me up. Me and her hit it off. She has become a great friend of mine. And eventually there were some changes and a lot of the board stepped down. And Ashley was like, hey, I need a new vice president. Like, please help me. This is something that you're passionate about. I can tell. And I would love to have your help with it. And I said, hell yeah, absolutely. Sign me up, whatever you need. And the rest is history. I know you talked a little bit about it, but yes, Mujeres in Marketing is a nonprofit organization focused on giving Latina professionals tools and community to succeed in Marcom and adjacent spaces.
So what does that mean?
Marketing, communications, sales, public relations, etc. And one of our goals for 2025 is to open a collegiate chapter. So we're going to hopefully start helping mold collegiate girls that want to come into our fields, succeed. Mm-hmm. Those resources that we didn't have when we were looking for internships and looking for jobs when we were graduating
if anything, college. We see that at college fairs, but then nothing more after that.
100%. So one of our goals is to really connect with the girls at UCF, Valencia, Seminole State, these colleges in Central Florida and beyond, because our goal is to grow. That way, we're able to really hone in and nurture the girls that are going to come into the field.
So when you wanted to go ahead and be a part of it, right? At the beginning, what was your initial goal that you wanted to achieve with Mujeres in Marketing?
At the time, I was looking for growth, and I knew that getting involved with an organization was going to give me more network, more community, and it was going to help me build out opportunities. I also one of my goals for 2024 was to be a part of a board. Mm-hmm. So when this opportunity came and I heard the mission, I was like, it's kismet, it's destiny. Like, I'm meant to be here. And I'm just incredibly blessed to be able to work under Ashley Rivera, who's been an incredible founder, a visionary, has her, eyes set on the prize, and is just really willing to give selflessly to those who come, after us.
You saying that as your reason, it's not selfish at all, because I feel like a lot of us feel okay to think that way because it is what we want best for ourselves and what we want to mold for our future, right? And especially with, again, because I haven't been, so it just sounds like, as a third party, it sounds like a community like that, a lot of women would benefit from it. And because it's, again, supporting women and other women, and with different backgrounds, and like, who knows what professions that they have. Like, you never know with one conversation what it could lead to another.
Absolutely.
And I, for one, I feel like I'm lacking in that, specifically just needing a community of women, because with my department, it's very male dominated. Mm-hmm. And not to say that I don't know how to connect with women, but with a certain amount of time, it does feel a little bit different of how to come back to that side and just to kind of...
It's like a muscle almost.
It's a muscle that needs to be trained again. And that's why I value my relationships that I do have to this day with women. So like Luana and Nani, Maria, like Gabby, like all you girls are very special to my heart for specific reasons, because I feel so comfortable and safe to talk to you. So to know that here in Orlando, for anyone who's listening, that there's this community out there that is free, and you want to connect with more people and just to learn, because that's what it is too. This is a learning tool that you want to use maybe for something on your own. Like, can they use it for even like creative work?
Oh yeah, of course. Like, if you're a Latina in any of those spaces, like, this is open to you. We have a lot of free events. We are, I don't know when this is going to air, but we are launching our online portal called Preparadas.
Perfect. I was going to ask you that. Online portal, does that mean it can be now for people remote? Like, let's say someone in New York.
Absolutely. Yes.
Nice.
You can go ahead and be a part of our online community, where you're going to be able to get a lot of those resources. You're going to be able to do virtual networkings. You're going to get to listen in on, conversations with executives, high-level executives in, again, marketing and communications and advertising spaces. So there's a lot to gain, and it's completely free.
Nice. I think whoever's listening should take advantage. I will take advantage, actually, because maybe there's some people like me that we say it, but we need to physically do something.
I'm dragging you to the next event, Marilyn.
Okay, just let me know, because obviously different schedules. But so now put that aside, right, with Mujeres in Marketing. again, because I mentioned earlier, Luana wears multiple hats, and I feel like you do such a great job at that and displaying like professionalism and also knowing when to have fun. As a mom, what do you think you can offer as a piece of advice if they want to go ahead and have fun without the kids?
Definitely prioritize it. You know, having fun without your babies is important. You're going to miss them. But I think one of the things that I most struggled with, and I feel like this is a little bit of the opposite, but I know I'm not alone. It's not the typical story that you hear, but I know a lot of women who go through this. I had a really difficult time, although I loved my baby and was, you know, so thankful for her to be here, to be healthy. I struggled a lot with my identity. And I'm like, it was like a battle of like Lulu from college and like Luana the mom. Yeah. You know what I mean? So in my brain, I'm still cool. I'm still young. I'm still hip. Like,
I mean, you are.
Thank you.
You are.
It was like it was something I was self-conscious about. I'm like, can I be cool and still be a mom? Can I still do the things I love and be a mom? Hell yeah, you can. You know? So it has taken me a while, but I finally have gotten to a place where I'm like, I can still have my identity while being a kick-ass mom. Yeah. You know what I mean? So prioritize the you time. You know, it's going to get to a point. Savor the days with your babies because they fly by. Yeah, and don't think I'm saying leave your infants. I'm not saying that at all. I know I didn't specify on an age, but in my brain I'm saying like these kids are maybe, 3 years plus. Right, and what you're saying is important, you know?
Before anyone comes after me, like, well, Marilyn, wait till you're a mom. And I'm like, I know, guys. Don't cancel Marilyn. I've already been told, wait till you're a mom. I know. That's why I have Luana, who is a mom, that can tap into
attest to it. You're asking a very important question, by the way, because, again, it's easy to lose your identity. And it's important for you to savor those years with your babies because they do grow so fast. But don't lose sight of who you are because there's going to come a day where your kid's 16 and doesn't really want to hang out with you every day. What are you going to do with your free time? What's going on with you and your husband? Right. What's going on with you and your husband? Do you have hobbies? What did you do with your job? What career do you have? Don't lose sight of you and your identity because you want to be able to take care of yourself, so you're giving them your 100%. Right. You know? So I think that would be my advice. For any mommies out there who might need a little push to leave their babies with a babysitter.
When did you feel comfortable as far as, let's say, for example, date night, right? When did you feel comfortable when to
I'm terrible.
start?
I'm terrible. So I had Andy in the middle of the pandemic, and we lived in Columbus, Georgia, which if you don't know, it's like borderline Alabama. There's a military base, and that's about it.
That sounds boring.
That's about it. I was leaving Andy with her aunt, with my sister-in-law, who was the only other person we had in Georgia, like at the month mark. Because I was surrounded with people that I trusted. Right. You know? Like, I knew that my baby was going to be safe for an hour or two while I went to go get dinner with my husband. And I needed that for my mental health. Like, for me, all of this was such a huge change. I get pregnant. The pandemic. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get into the nitty gritty because if I give the specifics of my pandemic, we're going to have to go down the rabbit hole of
But go ahead, because you never know, someone else might relate to you.
Yeah. So with all of the things going on, I decided that I would be fine leaving my daughter for 2 hours with her aunt while I went to go get dinner and a freaking glass of wine with my husband. She'll be fine. I fed her before we left. She's probably sleeping the whole time. Everything is okay. So I'm really thankful for, to be able to have my sister-in-law. And honestly, I know many times the cases you don't have a babysitter. Yeah. Don't be afraid to bring your baby with you,
To places?
Yeah, to places. Yeah. Like, my husband would struggle a lot with taking our daughter out while she was little because she would cry. And she was a nuisance.
So he felt, do you feel like he was kind of feeling like, just the consideration of the public?
He was like, oh my gosh, I don't want my baby to cry. And I was like, what the hell? Let the baby cry. Like, I'm not going to stay at home.
The baby needs to cry.
The baby needs to cry.
I need to see the sun.
If the baby cries, like, I'll feed her. I'll change her diaper. We'll do what we got to do. But, like, one, she needs to get used to, like, noise.
Social settings, yeah.
She needs to get used to social settings. I'm not going to leave her at home. That's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. It's going to drive her crazy. And no one's happy.
Yeah.
If you got to bring your baby with you, bring your baby with you. Like, and have a glass of wine with your baby. You'll be fine. Don't overdo it.
Especially if you're driving. We're not condoning that.
But you'll be fine.
Yeah. And then, so how would you, So now with guilt mom talk, right? I've heard of guilt mom talk. Again, I'm not a mom. The closest thing I have to looking after a child is my cousin Sophia, who's really 10, 11 years old now.
She's a big girl, yeah.
That's it. She's a big girl. But when I was with her, like, I would just help out my aunt because I lived with them for a time. And Sophia was probably, when I saw her, she was probably around like 2 to 5 years old. And then I also worked at a daycare center. And I was the floater, so I was with infants up to 2 years old. 2 years old. And I would see different cases of kind of what looks like guilt mom, I don't know, appearances. Yeah. So to the point that they are so stressed out at drop-off that they're like, please just take my kid. I need a moment for myself. And I said, absolutely, don't you worry. I'll give the kid all the hugs. Yeah. And you need to de-stress, don't you worry. Do you feel like in today's age, or what you've seen, because you also have a lot of female friends who are moms, right? Or no?
I have one, and of course, like my sisters-in-law.
It literally looks like moms. You have so many because you are surrounded by a bunch of kids.
All of them are young as hell. No, I have a couple. I'm a liar. I have at least 4 or 5.
Okay, in my world, that's enough. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Do you feel like with the mom guilt, that's something that someone had to speak to you about? Or did you have to go through that yourself and kind of have that conversation internally to kind of dissect what path you want to take?
I had a fabulous mom growing up. I have a fabulous mom who really encouraged me to be incredibly unconventional in motherhood.
So what is unconventional motherhood?
You know how usually you have your like stereotypes, like a mother stays home, a mother takes care of her children, a mother makes sure that there's always a warm meal, a mother this, a mother that, a mother cleans, a mother does laundry. My mom always instilled it in me. She's like, your kid's going to be fine. As long as you love your kid and you make sure that they're safe and they're healthy, your kid's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you're good and everything else will fall into place.
I mean, that makes sense.
With that doesn't mean the mom guilt was unexistent, because I would run into many scenarios where maybe people would question the things that I was doing, or give unsolicited advice, que nunca falta. It's never, it's never not gonna happen. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
To feel that way?
Yeah, it's inevitable to feel, if you're a good mom, you're going to feel guilty at one point or another.
Oh, that's a good distinction to say, if you're a good mom, because there could be some mothers out there that don't feel that way.
If you don't feel guilty and if you're not worried about your kid.
Questionable. Yeah, questionable.
I know in my heart of hearts that I'm a good mom.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that
I think anyone who knows you or follows you knows sweet. That you're a good mom.
But there's also times where I'm like, am I working too much? Mm-hmm. Am I, wasting my time trying to just like girl boss?
Yeah.
And I always come to the answer, no, I'm not wasting my time. Andy's going to grow up watching
a strong role model.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A mom who worked hard to give her what she has. Also a dad who works hard to give her what she has, and she's going to do the same. Right.
Especially because if she sees that in her own household. I mean, in my case, I can kind of relate it to my mom, because my mom, even though same unconventional, my mom also had me, well, I don't want to say also, but my mom had me at a young age. She had me at 17, and I love her strength so much, because how she was already at 17, and you never know. Also back then, you never know what someone's situation is or their background, but she chose the hustle route. So she said, we are working 3 jobs. You're going to school. Even if we have to go to another school, you're going to go to the better school. And my mom actively did those things. So as a child, seeing her do this at such a young age, I didn't obviously put it together. But I noticed as I got older that my mom sacrificed and did a lot of things. Even if she wasn't physically with me, I knew she had to do those things in order to provide a great future for me.
That's right. So
Andy's going to notice that when she grows up, she's going to say, my mom did this, this, and this. Yeah. And you looked at the pictures and she looked like she had fun. Yeah. My mom looks unapologetic, and she is.
Yes. Yeah, I sure hope so.
No, she will, 100%. So then to end it off now with this beautiful mom talk, because this is the first episode that I wanted to specialize in moms. What would be your little nugget to give a mom to be, or a mom that already has a kid or two, as far as stepping into your power to do the things that you need to do, as far as doing your me time, or just to simply go have fun?
Yeah, I would say that my little nugget is just to be intentional. I think balance isn't, and you hear this a lot nowadays, the concept of balance doesn't exist. You have to think more of harmony. So your job has to have harmony with your personal life, with your family. Everything has to just be able to coexist in one way or another. Make sure that if you have to put it on a freaking calendar and block off your calendar to get a dang massage or get a blowout, make sure you do it, Yes. And I think authenticity in motherhood is something that's, really important. Your kids will thrive off of seeing a happy and authentic you. So
I think that's a great answer to give them. Well, Luana, I love you so much. I'm happy that you were able to be a part of this, and maybe down the road we'll have another one all the moms to hear.
That's right. Love you so much. Thank you for having me.